What is up, everybody? How's it going? How's it going? So, if you're reading the title, this is going to be about the F1 finale, which happened probably over a week ago, so this is a little bit late. But since you know what it's about, go down in the description below, comment whether you think it ended right, whether you think it ended wrong, the controversy, whatever you want to say. Just comment down below. As you go in there, subscribe, hit the like button, do all the fun things that really helps the channel, and I love ya. But before we get into this, or before we get super far into this, I'm going to say I'm happy with how the race ended. I personally like Red Bull and Max Verstappen more than Mercedes and Lewis Hamilton. Nothing against Lewis Hamilton, nothing against Mercedes. Again, like every other racing series in the world, I like to see change or closer racing or multiple champions, multiple winners, that kind of things. Having the same winner every single year is just boring, because it's like, okay, well, we're going to go through all this and the same guy's going to get the championship, and okay, all that work for nothing. But personally, I think you see all these things, and I'm still seeing this, like the hashtag, stand with Lewis or whatever it is, about how it was robbed from him, and obviously it was rigged and da-da-da-da-da. To me, I don't understand how you can say it was rigged when I can understand. I could understand if you had Perez crash, on the end to cause a red flag. If you had one of the AlphaTauris crash, that would make way more sense. But the fact that it was a Williams car crashed, which is running a Mercedes engine, very, very closely tied to Mercedes, obviously they're not going to be the ones to lose the championship for their, engine supplier, and that just, to me, that completely cuts out the rigged part of it. The other fact is, you see this thing, people saying, oh, it was robbed, and oh, da-da-da-da. Max Verstappen led more laps than anyone this year. He was in the lead for points for most of the year. Obviously, there was a couple crashes and whatever, blah, 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 but he was in the lead and led more laps than anyone else this year. So, if anything, if he had lost, he would have been robbed, quote unquote, if you want to say it that way. Now we're done with that. The whole thing, the fact that, people are so mad, I understand why, but the fact that, racing can get to the point where you have lawyers getting involved and going to court and, challenging rulings and da-da-da-da-da, all this is just stupid. And the fact that, everyone's freaking out and giving death threats to Michael Massey, he did exactly what he should have done. If you had ended this championship, especially with the amount of controversy through it, with crashes, how close it was, being what it was, the fact that it ending Mercedes' run for 7 years and not giving Lewis his 8th title or whatever, if you had ended this championship slowly rolling around behind a safety car, it would have just been blah. I mean, what are you going to say? Oh, it was such an exciting championship, and it ended with a safety car just rolling around for the last 3 or 4 laps. Obviously, that car was out in the middle of the road, facing perpendicular to the wall. It was on the exit of a corner, and obviously the car is not moving. That has to be a red flag. He did the right thing for what I think he did the exact right call. Obviously, you're going to get some pushback or blowback, whatever you want to call it, for the way the lappers were let go, but some weren't, some were, and it took so long to do. Obviously, that I can understand. But the way it actually ended with, actual racing was the way that this championship definitely should have ended. And, if I don't even know what to say. You watch all this and you see death threats from one way or the other, and people complaining about this and that. And it's racing. Somebody's got to win. Somebody has to lose, and obviously there's going to be a side of fans that are mad about it, or just neutrals who don't like how things happen or whatever it is. But the fact that it got to the point where you have lawyers and death threats and freaking out with stuff like that, it's just incredible to me. So that's my short little thing about it. Again, I'm happy the way it ended, because Red Bull and Verstappen are my fan. I'm more of a Ferrari fan, but of the two championship rivals, that's what I hope and did win, so I'm happy about that. But in the end, I'm just excited for next year with hopefully some better racing in F1 where they can actually, race, not just follow each other down the straights and then pass when, they've got DRS and make it easy. But that's me. Tell me what you think, comment down below. Make sure to subscribe for all the random stuff that I do. And, yeah, I'll see y'all later. Peace.